Part. Hello friends, this video on electric circuits part 19 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 18 before going ahead with this. We'll study about another bridge which is similar to the Wheatstone bridge, known as the meter bridge, or sometimes it is also known as the slide wire bridge. So what is this meter bridge basically? Meter bridge looks somewhat like this. You would have seen this in your textbooks as well. So this is an apparatus which looks somewhat like this, and it is known as meter bridge because it consists of a wire whose length is 1 meter. So it basically, first I will explain you the construction. It has a wire, as you can see here. This is the wire, this black one. This wire is of length 1 meter. Okay, and the ends of the wire are stretched between two metallic strips. So this blue colored thing which you see here, this blue and blue, they are nothing but metallic strips. So these two metallic strips act as holder for this wire. This wire is kept straight and both ends, they are clamped to this metallic strips. So generally this metallic strip is made up of some metal like copper. Okay, so there is another metallic strip in between, and it is arranged in such a way that there is a gap in between so that you can place two resistances here. So one of these resistance is a known resistance and the other resistance is the unknown resistance. So one resistance, you know the value of the resistance. So let us suppose this is the known resistance and this S is unknown resistance, which you don't know the value of these resistances. Now what do? There is a jockey here. You know what is a jockey? It is basically an object which is capable of sliding over this wire which is present there. So you have a jockey there, and one end of, and the jockey is connected to a galvanometer, and the other end of the galvanometer is connected to this metal strip. So that means the galvanometer is connected between this point and the point on this wire, and the jockey which is movable on the wire, and there is a meter scale which is held parallel to this wire of length 1 meter so that we can measure the length across it. So what do? As we move the jockey on the this wire, as the jockey is moved, what happens? The length of the wire, let us suppose, for example, let us say that the jockey is at this point right now. So if the length of the wire, this side is L1, the length along this side will be 100 minus L1, because this entire thing is 1 meter, that is 100 centimeters. So if this length is L1 centimeters, then this length will be 100 minus L1 centimeters, right? Let us suppose that R, small r, is the resistance per unit length of the wire. So here whenever I talk of wire, I am talking about this wire which is 1 meter in length. So let us suppose R is the resistance per unit length of this wire. So that means if the length of this portion of the wire is L1, what is the resistance of this portion? This will be L1 into R, right? Because R is nothing but resistance per unit length. So resistance per unit length multiplied by length will give you the resistance of that part. So you can calculate the resistance of this part. Similarly, you can calculate the resistance of this part. Now this circuit you can draw like this. You have one resistance R, you have one resistance S, you have one resistance R, one resistance S, you have one resistance here. This part also has some resistance, this part also has some resistance. So let us call this resistance as X and this resistance as Y. So you have one resistance X and one resistance Y. And you have a galvanometer which is joined in between RS to in between XY. That means there is a galvanometer which is connected here from this point to this point. This is your galvanometer. So what does it look similar to? So you have it like this. So this looks similar to your Wheatstone bridge, right? You have 4 resistances and across these two is connected the voltage source. So this becomes similar to the Wheatstone bridge. So using the principle of the Wheatstone bridge, what you can write? You can write that the bridge will be balanced. Now let us suppose what you do, you keep moving this jockey and you keep moving this jockey until the deflection in the galvanometer becomes 0. Now as you keep moving, you keep on doing heat and trial, and suddenly at some point you see that the galvanometer doesn't show any deflection. So when no deflection in galvanometer, that means that R by S is equal to X by Y, then R by S is equal to X by Y, that is the bridge is balanced. Bridge is balanced, right? Now what is this X and Y? X is nothing but the resistance of this part. So resistance of this part will be resistance per unit length into length of this part, divided by Y is resistance of this part, that is resistance per unit length into length of this part, right? So from this you can calculate the value of the unknown resistance, which comes out to be 100 minus L1 divided by L1 into R. So this is how this method, that is the meter bridge method or this meter bridge apparatus, helps us in evaluating the value of an unknown resistance. So I hope you understood the arrangement. You can see this arrangement in your physics lab in your schools as well. So what you basically do, that jockey which is fixed there, you keep moving the jockey and you will see that the value of the current in the galvanometer keeps changing, and at some point the galvanometer does not show any deflection. So that point indicates the balanced condition of the bridge. So at that point the bridge is balanced. So using that you can apply the same principle as that of the Wheatstone bridge. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.